Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be going over my Russian tortoises. I'm going to go over their care and a little bit about them, and hopefully you enjoy this. Alright, so today I'm going to be going over my tortoises. There is Oleg right there, he's the bigger of the two, and then right here is ECO. So they're just hanging out. So this is their tortoise table, which tortoises do need quite a bit of room to be able to roam around, and they also love to burrow. So this is just coir bark, like coconut bark, and so they will dig all the way to the bottom of the table. They love to hide under this plant, and they will also go into this little cave that I made. They like to go under the fern. They always have to have a shallow water dish. Not something that they can drown in, but something that they can go into, get a drink, soak if they want. They always have to have fresh water. It doesn't matter that they're a desert species or an arid species or whatever you have. Every animal has to have water to them. 1 to 3 times a week I also soak them, and I just put a container under their light and soak them in about 1 inch of water, maybe not quite 1 inch, and I soak them for about 20 to 25 minutes. So here is Mr. Oleg. He's my biggest one. He's so sweet. Now Russian tortoises can't hear very well. They actually hear very low sounds, and also they can feel vibrations, of course. They also know when you're petting them, so they can feel their carapace, which is actually the name of their shell. It's a carapace, and then the bottom part is called a plastron, and he's just got food and calcium on him. So that'll bring me to food. So over here I have a slate tile, which keeps their nails trimmed so they don't get too long. And I usually feed them a mix of, it's a spring mix, and then they also can have dandelion greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, collard greens. Any dark leafy greens are really good. I also give them Missouri tortoise diet, but since they're so small, I soak them and then I crumble them over the top. Since they're babies, every day they get calcium with D3 on their food, and then about once a week I give them a multivitamin, and you just sprinkle that on there. I don't know if he'll eat, but we will focus on this and see if he will. So Russian tortoises are actually very hard to find babies that are bred in captivity, and when you do, they are more expensive, but I am absolutely 100% against wild caught and wild bred unless it's a rescue. But if it's not, I have no interest in wild caught, and so there is wild caught adults a lot of the time, which I also will not recommend or endorse. So I paid quite a bit of money for both of these babies, but they were captive bred, so it was worth it. Full grown, 8 to 10 inches tops. Boys are more likely to be around 7 inches. That's with a low stress environment, which they have. This room is only for my reptiles. It's not for anybody else. There's low noise in here. Anything that is noisy in here is the other animals, or if they can hear us from outside of the room. My table is 18 square feet, and that is a good size. Maybe when they're older, I will actually make it a little bigger, even though that's considered okay for them. Bigger is always better, obviously. I don't really like minimums ever. I always go bigger than that for all my animals. Over here I have loose, just coir or cocoa fiber. So I have a mix of the two for the babies. When they're older, I will probably only do the cocoa bark that I have on the other side. But as babies, it's a little easier for them to get through this, but they actually have no problem with the bark, and they love that. They love, love, love burrowing in that. So I mist them occasionally, like maybe once a week, but it does stay humid enough in this room, so the top humidity you ever want with Russian tortoises is 60%. This room stays about 45 to 55, which is perfect for them, and that's just fine. They do need heat, so this is a mercury vapor bulb, which does UVB, and it's a basking bulb. They need heat, they need the UVB to be able to process all their calcium and vitamins. He's looking around like, what am I gonna eat next? Over here, I do have a linear UVB, which also hits this side of the table. They absolutely need UVB. They need the calcium to, so they don't get metabolic bone disease. He's so cute to watch eat, sorry. Turtles also will shed, so like their skin, they will shed. And at first it was kind of weird and I didn't know what was happening, but they're just shedding their skin like every other reptile does. There's no need to hibernate when they're in captivity. They will brumate, which means that they slow down, they don't bask, they sleep all the time. You can still soak them, and the UVB is still important, but usually in the winter for, I don't know, a handful of weeks, they'll kind of they'll each take a turn and literally sleep all day. Sometimes they won't wake up to eat at all. And that's fine, that's what they do. That's kind of their little hibernation. That's why it's called brumation. Yeah, so I feed them every day as babies. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. I'm just gonna keep watching this little baby eat because it's adorable. Isio decided to go further into the plant and hide. He's probably sleeping. They do sleep a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. And please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.